start of the session to get more understanding into applied AI machine learning solutions rather than the theoretical. We really have to focus into thinking about what adds value to our business, what adds value to our society, what adds value to our governments, and what adds value to our personal lives, right? And as far as the last one goes, everybody pretty much knows how AI adds value to our lives, right? Today, I want to take a chance and talk about some things that I've written on, and this idea that we put in a paper and we have reviewed it and we submitted it to one of the government agencies. So it's a proposal that is to do research and development and training for, and have an understanding of how it is that we can create an environment where, even though we are targeted and attacked, we can minimize the attack, minimize the damage from that attack. So if you look at some of those capabilities, like stovetops cooking, you only use 40% of those powers to heat up the meals, right? And rest of it just evaporates and just goes away. It doesn't necessarily add any value to your cooking. If you look at that cooking as an example, but now if you take that to the manufacturing shop floor and you look at the furnaces, or if you look at the HVAC systems, how they're operating and how much power is going to waste is a massive problem, right? And the power companies are not necessarily billing you for power that you use and don't waste. They're charging you for both, right? Waste and usage. So the hardware spaces are shrinking, their performance are increasing, and they're consuming less power. If they consume less power, that means they generate less heat, they can perform better, and they're in a small area. So as the power is distributed, it's heating up less of an area, so it doesn't generate that much heat, and it doesn't stop the performance of a hardware or the software or the data over privacy of the user, privacy of that data, privacy of the context of those data, and the ability to mask those data away from somebody who's not authorized to see those data. So it just made all the sense, because when we are putting blockchain and AI combined and looking at power consumption, it just made sense that we talk about data privacy. And of course, through data privacy, we're talking about we incorporated these idea of cyber risk, right? If there is a cyber attack, and if there is a need for us to protect ourselves against cyber attack, how it is that we utilize what's already in existence. And ZKP being one of those things that have been in existence for last 30. How do we keep the power cost down throughout the manufacturing ecosystem? So if you have a manufacturing shop floor, if you have a manufacturing warehouse, if you have a manufacturing supply chain that you have to manage, how do you reduce the cost in between all the applications that you have to run? And if you have applications that you have to run to reduce the cost of your HVAC operation, reduce the cost of your the truck that needs gas, the truck that needs maintenance, or your moving parts inside of your manufacturing shop floor that needs maintenance, or reduce the operational cost of those machine parts, how do we start breaking these pieces and say, we need to model train for those AIs? And then as these models are being trained, how are these models are able to communicate with each other to confirm without giving away all the. So if you have a use case that you would like to break down and see how it is that either data privacy impacts it, ZKP impacts it, or cybersecurity impacts it, I'm looking forward to you interacting with me, and I will definitely have a time set up for you, so that way we can walk through each of the layer by layer of these use cases, and understanding from the past and understanding it from the future